Hey, family in the morning, and none of y'all are watching, and you'll be shocked saying Shirley did a video and I was not there. But I wanted to kind of update you. I have not done any videos because I've been working and traveling between California and Texas and doing a lot of personal business things. But I did want to bring to your attention we are getting ready to have a huge event for Urban Game Changers, and we're partnering up with some amazing organizations that are out there. So let me give a shout out to everyone who's always been supporting me. Thank you for your love and your support. Thank you for following me. Thank you for being patient with me during this transition of time of just rebuilding my business, my personal business, because as you know, when you're in social media and when you're on TV or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, there's not a lot of love and support for people like us. And especially being a black woman, black Republican, conservative, you get a lot of controversial people who either like you, dislike you, or just basically don't understand what your main plight in life is. But I want to encourage you guys to realize always be true to you. Always be true to your vision, your ideology, your viewpoint, and have an open discussion about what is going on in this country. So let's talk about what I put in my tagline, the ADOS. African Americans who are descendants of slaves is one of the biggest topics this year. Shout out to Yvette Cornell and also to Tone Talks for constantly pushing that effort forward. Many of us have talked about it through the years, but they very much have clarified ADOS and how ADOS needs to be the forefront of understanding reparations, understanding the foundation of people of any color in this country because of the African American descendants of slaves. That is so important that people understand the origin of our people. So because of that, this year, it marks the 400-year anniversaries of African Americans in this country, 1619. We will be celebrating in Virginia Beach. I'm announcing we will be in Virginia Beach, and we are having our convention to discuss black businesses and black legislation. Where are African Americans, descendants of slaves? Where are African Americans when it comes to legislation and summits of things going on in our community? So we're going to have some major people there. We haven't announced our guests yet. We have YouTubers, but we also have innovators. We have entrepreneurs. We have people who will be talking about how you build a business, how do you leverage your money, LLCs, S corporations, things that I've always talked about in the past that many people say, I've never heard things talked about like this. We're going to bring those people on board. If you've got a business idea or a concept idea, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how the government is helping other cultures of people, and they put us in a minority category. But they're very clear and specific when it comes to other cultures of people and how their viewpoints and their ideologies need to be the forefront of America. But when it comes to African American people, we get put in the category of minorities. Well, we're not minorities. We are people who have contributed not only because of slavery and the building of America, but we also fought in the Civil War. We fought in the American Revolutionary War. We also fought in not only wars, but we fought in building America and protecting America from Great Britain, who continued to want their colonies and wanted us to go back. So this is what we have to understand as a culture of people when it comes to the African American community, that the African American community has contributed in so many ways, cultural as well as working with white America and everything that's going on. But I just want to come out and say I am still out there. I'm fighting for you guys. I'm shouting out there. Shout out to Urban League. I attended one of the events tonight with Urban League. They had an amazing event that talked about Black history and culture, a documentary that was done through PBS. I'll put the information down below. And we had a great time talking about that. But our event is going to be August the 21st through August the 25th. So write those dates down, August the 21st through August the 25th. It's going to be at the Founders Inn Hotel. We will be launching the website, we'll be launching the videos, we'll be launching who we'll be partnering up with. We will be supporting the Parks and Recs. They will also be working in conjunction with us in the celebration of the 400th anniversary of African Americans in this country. And we will be talking about legislation regarding building the community of the African American people and the Black community. So for those of my friends who say, well, I'm not black, well, maybe this video may not be for you. But this one has to deal with the good chocolate people out there in the world today. that want to know what's going on. So again, there's not a lot to talk about this, but this is the 400th year. What does that mean? 400 years of black people that came here. What are we at? What are we doing? Where are we going? You know, all the things that have suppressed us with Black Wall Street and all the other entrepreneurial, innovative ideas that have come out, and how we've won and how we lost. How do we move forward from here? So we're talking about black families. And there's so much emasculation of the black man that's out there that's being talked about. What about a good black family? What about black men and black women? Where are we going as far as economic? What jobs are out there? Are we going to continue to talk about education when we're not talking about trade schools? These are discussions that we need to talk about. S Corporation, LLC Corporation, a sole proprietorship. Is it better to do that than to do an LLC? How do you know the person that you're working with won't circumvent you in business? These are the conversations that need to be discussed. How do you know that your idea is not going to be taken away, and that is because it's patent or it's not patent? Do patents protect you or not? These are discussions that we need to have from a business point of view. And I'm not seeing that so much in communities, and I'm not seeing that so much at summits and talks. With this, if you're going to be talking about prison reform, and if you think we're going to be talking about abortion and Planned Parenthood, this ain't the event for you. This is for people who want to talk about not only making money, but making sure that there's a protected class of people, which is the African American people, that we need to start creating legislation and summits that have a clarification of clarity. There's a lack of clarity on our own people, because we are always saying minority, inclusive, black and brown. This ain't a black and brown. This is not a inclusive program. This is an event that I'm going to be talking about the African American community. Now, if you're white and you want to come, you're more than welcome to. I don't discriminate. Money don't discriminate. It is going to be a paid event. It is an event that is going to be for a couple of days where we'll be sitting back having conversations one-on-one, taking notes, having differences, coming up with conclusions. If you love strategy, you're going to want to be part of this summit. The Urban Game Changer Summit, again, is going to be, write this down, write it down. You got a pen? Why aren't you writing this down and sharing this video? Thank you for the likes and the thumbs up. Keep putting those likes and thumbs up. It makes a world of difference. Write this down. August, the 21st through the 25th. Our event's going to be the 21st through the 24th, and then the 24th and 25th, we're going to be working with the Parks and Recs in the celebration of the contribution of the commencement of African Americans in this country for the 400 years. But prior to that event, we are going to talk about everything that I mentioned before. So this is not going to be a long video. I want to thank you for your support for Urban Game Changers. Urban Game Changers is where we go in the urban community and we hold elected officials accountable as well as ourselves. Please go to urbangamechangers.com. Make sure you learn more information. Make sure if you want to email me at shirleyhusar@gmail.com, feel free to do that. You can go to PayPal, make a donation, and you can make a donation through YouTube as well. Anything that you want to do, and get out there and get the opportunity to know what we can do to communicate and have a better understanding for the embetterment of a nation of people that are being suppressed. And in the state of California, that's down to 6%. We're at 6% in California, and we have too many homeless people in our community, and there's no discussion about that. But in order to take care of homelessness, in order to deal with how we're being targeted, you need money. We don't have foundations in the black community. The Jewish communities have foundations. Why aren't we discussing those issues? So I wanted to make sure that I let you know this is an announcement of us being part of the commencement of the 400 years. The African American descendants of slaves. I've had a lot of white conservatives go after me on this one. I want to make you clear that the African American descendants of slaves are here through lineage. And there's proof of that. I heard Laura go, how can you tell the difference? You can tell the difference, Laura. Someone let Laura know that black people are lineagely connected through the Census Bureaus, and we can check and find out how long we've been here. I've traced back to 1810. There's Ancestry.com. There's LegacyTree.com. These are organizations that will take the time and help you know who and what your legacy is. So don't ever let someone make you feel that you're less than, or that your history of your family's name has not contributed to the making or the growing in this country, because you're being targeted, or because some present history of your family members that make you feel like, well, my family ain't all that. You might be surprised of your ancestors and what they did do, and how that gene still lives within you. Understand that your worth is valued. If you don't value it, then who will? If you don't value it, then who will? So I want to encourage you to value your worth. Let's have that discussion. Again, August the 21st through the 25th. Like I said before, we'll be talking about LLCs as corporations. I'll be asking you, and we'll be having roundtable discussions. We'll be able to meet some top corporate people that we're going to be booking at our event, as well as YouTubers, and as well as strategists and activists in the urban communities, and ask them, what are we doing right and what are we doing wrong? We need to come together and put all of our differences aside, including the ADOSs, the Pan-Africanism, and all this other stuff with Black people. If we agree or disagree, we have to at least respect the Blacks who are the origin of America, and that is the African American descendants of slaves. And if you do that, it makes a difference. Hello, Brenda. Brenda's the first one I typed in and said, hello, Shirley. Hello, Brenda. How you doing? Thank you for chiming in and saying hi. It makes a lot of difference, and I appreciate that. I know it is late tonight, and y'all probably saying, who come on later on, why did you go on so late? I had to go to a meeting, and I drove home, and I just thought about, you know what? I just want to say shout out, because I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on. Well, thank you, Brenda. I love you, too. I love all you guys. I thank you so much for your support. I've been catching hell on Facebook. They don't like me talking about reparations. They don't understand reparations. And I got this whole thing I call... what I call them multiracial. Basically, white people trying to tell me how people are and what Black culture is. I got tired of that. It's a lot of people online. They say a lot of stupid stuff that they would never say to your face, but they feel they're empowered to use you and say whatever the hell they want. And I got news. You don't come up on me like that, I'm going to go off on your ass. And in part of it, I just don't give any credit to it. I'm just like, you are beneath me, and I will not answer any of your stupid ass questions because it's not even worth it. Just because you going to ask, like, you know, you're going to talk about Negroes in the tree. So I have a lot of ignorant people that follow me on Facebook, so I kind of shut down my public aspect of comments. So you'll see my numbers go down on Facebook because I'm not in making no money from high numbers anyway. And if you really love me and support me, you're going to always be watching out for me, and then you're going to always listen. But if you just basically trolling, and hey, troll your ass on to somebody else, bitch. Don't come this way. Don't come up and step up on me. I'm from South Central, 39th of Vermont. Okay, boo-boo? So go and troll somebody else. Go troll somebody else who ain't on the street. Go troll somebody that kind of like panders for all these other folks. Because I ain't pandering to nobody. If I want to talk about Nipsey Hussle and support my brother, God rest in peace, you know, I ain't going to be dealing with these conservatives that don't understand Black cultures and should never have his name in their mouth. They don't understand Black entrepreneurship. They don't understand how some Black people, they start maybe bad in the hood or were gang members, but they ain't there no more. They won't even give a brother credit for coming up and not even recognize this man has a presence in America. I mean, a presence in California. He yielded 20,000 people at his funeral. What does that say? What does that say? White America, what does that say? So, you know, come on now. Hey, Mike. Mike says hello. And Britta says, exactly. You know, this is what I'm talking about. So, you know, I appreciate all of you guys and your love and support, but we do have to set some of these people straight that come online and want to attack us for not going to protocol. Do not follow their protocol. Be your own person. Know the protocol that you understand. No legislation, no law. Know what's going on within this country, but with the historical rights that you do have that are attached and obtainable to you, and not this whole thing about minorities, because minorities could go for anybody. We're talking about the African American descendants of slaves, where there's a clarity of what type of person it is and what type of Negro is. What kind of Negro are you? That's what you ought to ask these folks. What kind of Negro are you? Are you a descendant of slaves? And if you say, well, I don't know, like I told you, there's Legacy Tree, and there's also Ancestry.com. Not DNA, not based on DNA. It's based on genealogy. That's a big difference. DNA is where they taste the spit in your mouth and they check all the stuff and know what you come from, right? For those who have done it. But I'm talking about genealogy, where they're able to look through ledgers. And they're able to go through the census bureaus, and sometimes they pull up old yellow pages and notes and death certificates and marriage certificates. These are the ways they're able to trace your ancestors and where they originated from, and they can go back if they're able to do that. With African American people, listen, African American people are commoditized goods and trades. That's the African American people. So they always were tracking us. So that's good and bad. The good part is that many of you don't realize you have history that you can do your homework. And guess what? It only costs $19.99. Now I'm trying to get some discount arrangements with them, and I'll get those links for you later on. But if you at least go to ancestor.com, you can sign up for $19.99, and you put your name in, Mary Brown, and then you put your mama and your daddy's name in, and their year and their birth, and then every night you go in, there's a little leaf that pops up, and you add that little leaf on there. So go to ancestry.com and do that. And if you want, they have a DNA. Well, there's a special right now for $69, and you go in there, and if you do your DNA, then they can find other people who are your DNA, and they've already started a tree for you. There's people who are already out there doing your tree, and that are cousins and aunts. And I started doing my tree, and a lot of stuff people had already done for me, and they let you link onto them because they leave it public. So, again, this is amazing how there's information for us out there. Let me turn another light on. I'm in my car. There's information out there about our heritage and our own people, and we don't even know that somebody had already did it for us. So I want to encourage you to write down August the 21st through the 25th. And also in the comment section, tell me, what is the main thing you think that we're not talking about in the Black community that can better our community? And I'm not talking about gang violence and drugs and all that other stuff. I'm talking as far as business and money. Do many of you know about LLCs? Do you know about S corporations? Do you know about acquisition and mergers? Do you know about venture capitalists? Do you know that there's people out there that will provide you money for your small business if your concept and your idea is good? Do you know that there's companies that will help you put a business plan together? Do you need help with business plan? Let me know. Because if this is the thing that you think we should be discussing, I can put a team together specifically for you guys to help you with your business plan, to help you with your ideas, to help you connect to those people, or at least give you the websites. I don't know everybody, but I at least can try to put you on the right road for quality work of worth of people. And I want to encourage you from a real estate point. Many of you guys are in communities, you just need to move. I've said that before. You need to have a discussion with your family members, with your significant love, or wherever you went. You need to talk to them and say, is staying where we're at right now moving us forward? Is where we're at right now going to help us 10 or 5 years from now? When I look at California's down to 6%. So I'm still going to be here, but I'm also working with other states because I need a break from all this madness where it's in the Latino world. Mike says, we need to talk about wealth transfer and looking at those legislative bills that could be benefiting us. Absolutely. There are some benefits to legislative bills, and there's some legislation already in place that are not reinvented. Write this down, Mike. Look up Eric Coffey's score on YouTube. Eric Coffey talks about different grants and proposals and bills and mergers of businesses that are being funded, government jobs that need to be done. The government puts so many programs out, and they're looking for people to manage those jobs. So if you write down Eric Coffey, I don't know how to spell it because I don't want to spell it wrong, but just look up Eric Coffey on YouTube. He's African-American, medium-skinned brother. I'm going to see if I can get him to come because I think that would be someone that could be advocate for us to look at, to make changes for legislation issues that are out there. But I think the problem is we all think kind of like the way the Democrats would tell us, which is you need to get a SBA loan. You need small people. You got it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike. Mike, can you put in Eric Coffey's name? Can you put it in the thread right now? Someone type his name in. It's called Score Something. One of y'all go look it up and then come back and post it in there because I can't type and look and talk at the same time. But anyway, many times we think of the government. We also look at venture capitalists. Look up Black venture capitalists that would invest in your business. I want to talk more on those things because I think that thank you, there it is. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And then if you could also put the name of his company, Score account, or I can't think of what it is. But go check Eric out because Eric has a lot of strong, deep information where you might watch those videos 2 or 3 times, just one video. He provides a lot of great information. going back to what I was saying earlier, when we look at the fact that federal government is always we looking for to get us money, you got to remember there's venture capitalists and there's black-owned banks. There's other people out there who want to work with entrepreneurs, young, old, anyone with the right concept and idea. But you have to package yourself. You need to have a business plan. You have to have a structured agenda. But a lot of that is your mindset of saying, I want A, B, C, D, E, F, instead of thinking it's going to be given to you. It doesn't always come to you that easy. It doesn't always come for people who think that these people who are celebrities, it's going to pop up and it's just someone's going to just like your idea and give you money. I think that you have to be able to explain it. You're going to have to be able to sell it. You're going to have to be able to structure it. Put some thumbs up. I see you guys watching. Please put the thumbs up and click the like button and the alert button. It makes a world of difference. I appreciate your support in that. But again, August the 21st through the 25th, we're going to have a minimum seats of 500 seats. That's it. 500 seats. That's it. And then we may go over if they sell fast enough, and we will have tickets for sale. This is not a free event. This friends costs some money. There's going to be a discount for hotels. This is for people who want to strategize and really structure their mind to embetter themselves and be around people with the same mindset. You want to find kindred spirits. You want to find people that believe in reciprocity. Reciprocity means that you give and I give. So many times we're giving and other people don't give us crap. But they good to circumvent you. They good to steal your ideas. They good to tell you what you need to be doing, but they ain't doing it themselves. I don't want them kind of black people. I don't want black people in there talking about, well, the white man and the white man. This is not that kind of conference. If you're looking for that, I ain't the one. If we're going to be talking about how we're going to be mad the whole 2 or 3 days talking together, we're going to have paper and pen, baby. I'm going to have notepads. I'm going to have names and numbers. I'm going to have websites that you can go to. You're going to walk away informed. You will not walk away from there saying, well, I didn't learn nothing. I was just, they just took my money. Oh, no. You're going to walk away with a sense of possibility and structure of execution. I'm not going to sit back and rah-rah and make you stand up and sing and dance around. I'm not going to be that girl. You're going to be sitting there having your head in that book and on that cell phone, and I'm going to say, take your phone out. Look this up. What are you seeing? Let's talk. You're going to learn to utilize your phone as your office. We're going to talk about virtual assistants. Many people don't realize those virtual assistants out there. You don't have to have brick and mortar. Somebody put some thumbs up and tell me if you agree with me on that, if I'm right. There's organizations that you can have your own business with no brick and mortar. Brick and mortar means a building to go to where you're paying rent. A lot of stuff that you can do through your cell phone. You can do through your computer. There's answering services. You don't need brick and mortar for that are 24-hour that you can handle and hire. After you get your LLCs and corporations, there's ways you can open up an LLC for $60. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to find the cheapest, most legal, structured way to explain things to embetter your business or your business goals. Because we as African American people can be off the grid and growing. They don't have to worry about them burning no Black Wall Street because we don't have no street to stand on. The street's going to be online, honey. It will not be televised. It's going to be webinized. So a lot of stuff will be in the clouds. There's a lot of stuff that we can do that we don't have to have brick and mortar, and that's going to be our discussion. So again, August the 21st through the 25th, start looking for the dates and the time and the cost. And I want you to tell me in comments, what is it that you would like to learn more about in business? What are you not seeing us have more discussions of? Because we're talking about everything and everybody, and there's gossip all over the place. God, the gossip circuit is so much fun to watch, especially Teacher K. I love her. And Lovely T, I love them. And Expressive, I've been watching them, and Wendy is hilarious. But I come back to the reality. I want to see us make money. I want to see us own land. I want to see us prosper. I want us to see us understand how to invest in stocks and how to utilize governmental programs to our best interest and to utilize OPM, other people's money. All these terms many of us don't know about because we don't discuss it. And be bi-coastal. I love the fact that what Dinah searched for Yuri. I love him. Shout out to him. And also to Phil from the Advice Show. Yuri is now, he's got dual citizenship. He's got his citizenship in Ghana. Why are we talking about dual citizenship? Well, what does that benefit us? We need to have these discussions. We need to just be not stuck in America. Hell, they might want to get rid of all of us. Where are we going to go? So, we need to know our rights of being Americans here, our contribution of our ancestors, of what we got from it, and what are we doing with it. Legislation, legislation. Let's start developing it. Let's have it on the table. And let's elect officials that think like us and want to be like us in our mindset. It's not about the political parties. It's about the possibilities of what's on the table to embetter a nation of people. And that's all American people, but especially people who has been suppressed, ostracized, targeted, and put down. The African American people should have had enough. And with it being the 400 year, we need to say, what have we accomplished in that 400 year, which has been a lot, but where are we going? Where are we going? Are we going to still be a target? Are we going to be an extinct species of people? A human species of people. So I don't see any more comments in the comment section. Thank you so much, Mike. And thank you so much for Bridget for being on. And for anybody else who might say, I'm just going to watch. I'm not going to make any comments. I appreciate that. And I will try to come on a little bit earlier next time. But I am putting on a day video. I am going to continue to talk about remittance and infrastructure, but I'm also going to talk about also the infrastructure that is being broken down, and also look up the word social Darwinism. I'm going to give you a little, that's going to be our conversation. Social Darwinism and how it majorly affected the turn of the century for African American people. That's it. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love what you're doing. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you loving me. Love is about reciprocity. You give, you take, you keep it going. Hey, good topic. Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. I thank you so much for your support as well. Make sure you go to Urban Game Changers. Make sure you sign up. Make sure that you get ready for the big announcement. We're going to give you where to sign up for the event, the cost, but put the money aside, because this summer we're going to talk about where we need to go and how much money we need to make and how we're going to get there, and to know our value. Know your worth. Know your worth is value if you value you. Get the people and the tick-ticks out of your head. Get them people out of your head. Them people always want to tell you their life and what's going on, and you all this, you all that, you wrong, you good. You don't, where you want to go, that's all that matters. And if you fit double, fuck it, keep moving. Keep it moving. Okay, you lost some money. Okay, you got a divorce. Okay, you whatever. You lost your job. You got a new job. You need a new place to don't let any of that hold you back. But you need to reposition your personal agenda and even the people around you, because sometimes people around you don't make you move forward. They hate you, they jealous of you, or they are displacing you and you don't even know it. You need to quiet your mind. You need to pray and talk to Jesus. And if you don't believe in Jesus, you need to quiet your mind so you can know Jesus. Quiet your mind. Quiet your mind, because if you quiet your mind, then you can have clarity of what is in your best interest. Come on, give me some thumbs up on that, because you can at least have clarity. But I think by having this summit and we talk about the Black family, Black businesses, and wealth and legislation to embetter a nation of people that are being suppressed and targeted, I think that's a lot to start right there. And that if we can put our differences of our own people aside, of the parties, and where are we going with the ADOS, and where are we going with the Pan-African people, and everybody's hating everybody, and it's too much. Boo-boo, it's too much. It ain't putting no food on your table. I know that much. I know that's not helping us move forward. It's got us having attitudes. I ain't got time for that. I'm looking for conscious thinking people. So I'm only going to work with 500 people at this event. And I believe this event's going to sell and it's going to blow up. And if it does better, fine. If it doesn't, if we only have 250, I'm going to get some people in that room that'll spend a little bit of money to appreciate the people and the quality people that I'm bringing in, sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor, we need to raise money, because I don't want to half-ass this event. I want this to be a very nice event in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I want to talk about opportunities of growth and who we are as a people and what we need to do to move to the next level. Because many people think it takes a lot of money. With technology, we should be able to do everything now. We should not be stuck by Brick and Morton. We ain't got to worry about them trying to burn nothing down. We just got to seize it and make it happen. So anyway, that's a 30-minute quick video for you guys. Again, thank you for your love, and I will be back on soon, and I'll give you a breakdown about what I say, social Darwinism, and how that was a major turn in the history books that no one ever talks about, that you should think about and learn how Black people have been twisted and misleaded between that and the Jim Crow era. And how do we come out of that? Because those ashes and those remnants are still savoring within our community, and we don't even know it. And it's really sad.